I think he was like in the way.
Oh, he's got
so he had to like run out in front of him, and it looked like he was like Ralphie leading the team out.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into the TexAgs Rewind presented by Specs here in the Rollo Insurance Studio. Got the Charge Apparel guys hanging out with me, Travis and Tucker. What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm good. So you guys brought me a gift?
That's right.
This
our
hoodie
new
is
charcoal performance hoodie.
I should have had this ready to go. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so it's the same breathable fabric.
What happened to the head? There we go.
There it is.
There we go. Check this out.
And sneak
awesome.
peek, by the way, we'll have a few more coming out that will be in maroon for
That's right.
game days.
We did also, make one in burnt orange.
Easy,
Don't hold it
easy.
against us. Don't hold it against us.
It's easier to burn.
But
That's
it's
right.
true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Buy one to wear, buy one to burn.
Why not?
Fire starters.
Hey, before we talk about what's on the Rewind, remind everybody the mission of why you guys started Charge Apparel.
Yeah. So really started the Charge for two main reasons. One, help bring manufacturing back to the United States because we do manufacture all of our polos and tees here. But even more importantly, we donate 12% of our total sales, not just our profits, to organizations that support U.S. veterans with the emphasis on mental health initiatives. So Tucker and I were both vets, really want to give back to that community that's pretty underserved in that regard. So
Love that you guys do that. You guys are great partners for TexAgs. On the show today, Billy Liucci came by. He had some good stuff. Caitlin, what was your favorite part of the show?
I really liked Monaco and Johnson and Elmendorf. I thought everyone that comes on here knows a lot about Aggie football, but doesn't get much better than those three for sure.
And we did 24 and 24, Chase Basantis and more. It is the TexAgs Rewind. All right, so I watched a little bit of a video. Saturday Down South had a video, and that's part of my morning routine is I check all the sites.
Okay.
ESPN, CBS, Saturday Down South. I just check just to see what's out there, opinions, stories that I may have missed. And they had, and it was it talked about some things that he was predicting. It was our buddy Connor O'Gara. And he predicts A&M will be agents of chaos this year. Okay? And that's a good word for this defense, but agents of chaos. But I don't know if you're going to like what he says. Okay? He expects 2 wins over top 10 teams.
Okay.
And those teams being LSU and Mizzou.
All right.
But losses on the road at Florida and South Carolina.
Okay.
I can see that world. I don't want to see that world. But I can see that world. But I don't want to see that world. I just repeated myself.
Boy, there sure is a lot of optimism about Florida, a team that went 5-7, looked terrible doing it, lost their leading rusher, left of Georgia. Another one, leading pass rusher,
Left
went
for
to Ole Miss. Okay, a couple of guys that were starting defensive players came to Texas A&M.
Yep.
I know Graham Mertz got better last year. And by the way, they lost a wide receiver who was a first-round draft choice, Ricky Pearsall. Boy, now I know they have I'd have to look up his name right now, but they got another receiver coming back that's really good. And the Martrell Johnson at running back, he's still solid. But sure seems like there's an awful lot of faith in Graham Mertz.
Yeah, and the other loss, South Carolina, because it's going to be a night game. It's going to be it's not an easy place to play, as we know. I'm not predicting that at all.
No, I'm not either.
The streak ends this year on the road. 100% it ends.
I believe
100%. Take it to the bank. It's been okay.
Yeah.
You're right. I expect it to be really good because of the way Colin Klein's offense is designed. Obviously, we've talked about the offensive line a little bit. It should be better. But Ruben Owens, a second year, Le'Veon, a third year, Amari, who led the team in rushing last year. Like, you've got some pieces. E.J. Smith, you've got more than pieces. You've got, and I think one of those guys might emerge as kind of what we saw with Isaiah and Devon, right? Where one is the alpha, but they both can kind of do it.
Yeah, and that's what I really like about that stable is there's something unique to all of them, but there's a lot of similarities to all of them, and I think you can put some pressure on the defense. Back to what Dave said, look, it's going to be the 5 up front when you add that tight end, which is another deep room. That's going to dictate how that offense goes. We can talk about Connor, we can talk about Noah, we can talk about Ruben, we can talk about all of that. If the 5 can't keep Connor upright, if they can't create holes, I don't care who you have back there. And that, again, that was all addressed. So is having those guys back healthy. That is big. But I'm with you because Amari got stronger, but he's never lost his speed. That's tricky in this day and age. Guys like to get stronger, but sometimes they lose that speed. I'm a big Le'Veon Moss fan. There's a maturity to him. And you mentioned something, freshmen becoming sophomores, having that entire year behind you of everything, David, of time management, practice, what you have to do, what you faced, and he's had success there. And not just running the ball, they can all catch the ball. I think it's quite a weapon for Colin Klein in this offense.
Well, I think last year when you watched Ruben, he was a step away from breaking so often. Like you was like, oh, here it comes. Oh, they got him. Like, I feel like that is going to be the different Ruben this year.
I don't think they're going to get him this time. I think they have more of that on offense. I think they have those game breakers. To Will's point about those explosive plays, they got that. It doesn't always have to be the shot downfield. Can Moose be Anias?
Yeah.
You want the ball in Anias's hands as often as you can. You can't teach 6'6". That's Noah Thomas. You got Ja'Day Walker who wants to make plays. You've got those guys, and I think they're deeper there as well. I think I'm with Will. Those explosive plays, the momentum changers, right? And then you've just put 6 on the board, and now you're going to allow this defense who wants to get that ball back for you. Yeah, that's where I really want to see the momentum change this year.
Even last year, the players were saying Chase came in out of high school as one of the absolute strongest guys on the football team. Other guys they've said that about over the years have been Myles Garrett. Seth McKinney was a guy they talked about like that. You don't hear it too often. I think maybe like a Red Bryant coming from Jasper was like, why is this kid so strong? He's just naturally. So you don't hear it that often with true freshmen coming in, particularly the ones in the trenches, because those guys are so big and so strong. But he was one of them, and kind of go into why.
6'6", this is what Bruce Feldman says, 6'6", 320-pound strongman from New Jersey, deadlifted 615 pounds as a high schooler. Bisontis earned a spot on the SEC's all-freshman team last fall and has wowed the new Aggie staff. Bisontis is 86 on last year's list, has a bench press of 445 pounds, his HIST of 17 miles per hour on the GPS. This offseason, he squatted 605 pounds, 3 reps, but veteran strength coach Tommy Moffitt said he could have done it 10 times.
Yeah, well, Tommy Moffitt would know. And yeah, he is a strong as an ox, powerful dude. Like I said, a giant body, now covered up at guard. You're not out there on the island, exposed against these edge SEC pass rushers. Now they're going to have to find the right guy to be that guy, but it's not Chase. Chase played guard. He was comfortable. He was natural. And quite frankly, he was really damn good in the spring. He was really good in the spring, and that's, I think you have a second-year guy that entered the offseason and now fall camp very, very confident, and I think feeling good about his future. And he has the potential to be an outstanding all-SEC type and then go on and be a high draft pick because physically you move him to that position and there's nothing he's lacking.
There is a truth to it that the offense was better last year, regardless, right? 10.5 points more is a significant number. I don't know if Colin Klein is going to provide 10.5 more points a game because that would be a significant jump, but it is going to be better. I think we do have Billy on the hotline. Let's go to it. Billy Liucci there on the Boss Firearms hotline. Billy, good morning, buddy.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, I was reading an article about Bobby Petrino and what he did at A&M last year and A&M's offense. Believe what you want if he's calling the plays, Jimbo, the conglomeration of the two, but they scored 10.5 more points per game. Now, while I think that would be a huge jump to go from 31 to 41, I do think it is not unfair to think, or it's not ridiculous to say that A&M's offense is going to be better than it was last year for two simple reasons. I can give you more than two, but Connor's healthy, and you got Colin Klein calling the plays.
Well, and I think they're going to have a much better offensive line. And I watched them yesterday, and I watched them a little bit with Seth, and I watched them with a couple guys. And it's just the difference in coaching. It's not that Steve Adazio forgot to coach, but I think he'd been a head coach for, about probably 10 years. Hadn't been a position coach in so long. You just watch the difference in technique teaching that's going on and kind of explaining the why behind things when you listen to Cushing coach. And I just think this group's going to take a big step. And I'm not saying they're going to be dominant. I'm not saying that they are, that they're there yet. And I still think they have to sort some things out. Like, there's a battle going on at center. And I think, there's a battle going on at center. Mark Naboo can play center or guard. I keep looking at Armaj Reed Adams, and I'm going, man, if he's a better tackle than either one of the two tackles, then is that becoming a tough decision? I mean, there's a lot going on there, still, as you would expect a week into fall camp. I mean, that's what happens. That's what they're trying to figure out. But no matter how it shakes out, I do like that front five to take a massive jump.
Kaylin, do you think these gentlemen know what to do?
I think that they could try.
All right, if they don't, you jump in. Tell the people what to do. You don't know, do you?
Starts with like.
Thank you.
Like.
Oh,
comment.
Like, comment, subscribe.
There you go.
Share.
There it is.
Tell your friends about it.
Share it too.
All right, guys, we'll see you next time. This TexAgs Rewind brought to you by Specs.